Alright guys, Supreme Kami here. So with the season 2 of Gundam Evolution on the way already, and is new Gundam really worth your $10? So the thing is about new Gundam, so let's kinda start things out with this basic armament. So we have ourselves the beam rifle, we have the new hybrid bazooka, and then fin funnel, so that's pretty much like the basic low L. And then as for your G maneuver, we do have the fin funnel barrier, and that's pretty much it. So are these kits or are these armament really worth your $10? I think the first thing is when talking about this unit, there's definitely a certain difficulty to it. Just because if you guys are not really good with like first person shooting game, especially this one, uh, or I should say this one alongside with R872, like those type of unit, definitely does have some sort of skill requirement, I guess, in a way. So, but I would say don't let that discourage you because there's definitely a lot of ways with the new Gundam you can kind of make up for the skills of that, which I think the Fin Funnel definitely is like the biggest helping hand as far as the new Gundam. The beam rifle, let's talk about that. You know, that being like the main bread of the whole unit. I feel that the beam rifle sucks. Reason being I say that because the actual output to me, I feel that is actually a little bit lower than what I would think compared to let's say R872 or even talking about the turn 8, even though turn 8 is a little bit different. But talking about those because those like kind of beam rifle-ish, I just think the new Gundam, if they would have made a little bit more improvement as for the output or even like the damage drop off in like certain meters or a certain distance. I say 100 meter to like 300 meter, you don't really see like a whole lot of differences. You will notice it here and there, but you starting about let's say 400 to like 500 plus, you get some massive drop off. I want to say roughly about you get cut in half essentially, roughly about there. Because in crit for the beam rifle, you start off from like 266, and then you instantly drop down to like I want to say roughly about 133 or lower. And then you talk about like body shots, or let's say just you aiming at the legs, you aiming at the arms, you drop down to like 88 or even 66. So yeah, so generally, if you're not good with like your regular shooting, this unit is gonna be very hard to maintain. But this is where the other piece of the puzzle kind of comes in. So with the new Gundam, you obviously do have the fin funnel. So what you want to do with if you're not good, at least tag your opponent twice anywhere, and then fire up your fin funnel because they are gonna be able to tag your opponent for a very heavily damaged. So regularly, if you just fire up your fin funnel, you do start up with only 400 damage, and then if you tag your opponent twice anywhere, you get a marker over on the head. So that you do roughly more. I think it's up to 800 more now. So from 400 to 800, that is crazy. That is essentially being able to finish off an enemy already. So if you guys can at least land those two shots, you guys are golden. So I think that's where those two combos kind of come in hand to hand. Beam rifle, tag your opponent twice, activate fin funnel, you're good. And then the fin funnel actually just kind of completely finish up your enemy. I would say your enemy wouldn't have that much time to kind of rest like the down ally and stuff. So that's actually really good. So you didn't really have to worry about let's say oh like I only tagged them like they're down, but they can still revive. But no, with the fin funnel you actually get all the way down. So that's actually a very nice gesture of that because like you don't want to waste your kill. So that's what I like about that. But just like a little bit of a side note from the fin funnel, you do have a high chance of missing it through walls and stuff. So if your enemy is just kind of peeking through them, you want to fire that, you miss, that's pretty much it. That's GG on your end. So that's definitely something you do have to kind of worry about. So now I guess talking about let's say the new hybrid bazooka. So that is actually a very fun weapon. So that one's gonna be doing like a 300 damage anywhere. So this is gonna be 300 tagging your enemy. That's pretty much it. But this one is actually you can say it's a maneuver type S weapon as well. So you fire it depending on what kind of direction you're like. I guess when you're controlling it, it moves in the direction you're firing as well. So you can kind of say that's like an on-demand maneuvering capability. So that's actually quite nice. I guess that's why, as for the new Gundam, they only give it one dash instead of like two, compared to like R72 or even like the Turn A, because the new hybrid bazooka actually is a dash, if you will. I would say the dash is not really far. It's kind of depending how you use it. It could be like a good escape route for you. So that's pretty cool and stuff. But other than that, not really too fancy. Depending on how you play, your play style, and all that, could be very useful to you. And last but not least, the G maneuver. We obviously do have the defend from the barrier, and how is that? That one, once you pop it, there is going to be like a few seconds of activation, so don't start charging in. Do not. You want to wait at least, I want to say 3 seconds to have it fully, completely kind of form that pyramid around you. Then start charging in. After that, you do get a shield up to 3,200. So that should be, I say quote unquote, should be enough to kind of cover you through like whatever you got to do. And fun thing about that, you can actually cover your ally as well. So let's say in destruction map, where your enemy is trying to disarm the bomb, or you're trying to place a bomb, pop that, and then just kind of have, or I guess you can just go where your ally is and just kind of cover them. So that is definitely something you can do. So definitely really situational. But other than that, as far as like something to be careful about the fin funnel barrier, you're not immune to, let's say, any melee attack. So if you run into like a Barbados, you run into like a Saga 2 melee, yeah, they're gonna get up to you. I think anything that is really close range that they can kind of get to you as well. So you kind of have to play around with it and try not to go too aggro. You can, but don't overdo it. Just kind of be careful where your enemy is. So I guess overall that's pretty much all I have to say about the new Gundam. So I think overall it's definitely a very fun unit. If you're not like a skillful player, like again, tag your opponent twice. So this one you can tag up to twice. But I think by the time you tag them, like, so by the time you tag them 2 times, like 2 markers, you are up to 4 hits already. So by that time, I think you should be nearly done killing your enemy. So the fin funnel is definitely that little bit of that kick, just trying to secure that kill. But overall, I think it's actually really fun. Just having fun is actually just a different type of environment playing around that, because this is probably the first one having like the fully deployable one. Maybe don't count the unicorn. That one is a little bit different. That one just kind of knocks back your enemy in a way, but this one actually shoots, right? One thing I forgot to mention about the fin funnel. So when you are in that shield, the fin funnel barrier, you actually do have one additional fin funnel that kind of hover around your enemy and fire them. So it's pretty much going to be depending on which one you kind of like hover around. So do kind of pick cautiously, I guess, in a way. But overall, I think this unit is definitely really good. Definitely has this uniqueness. Definitely really fun. That new bazooka, the hyper new bazooka, being like a maneuver type S weapon, definitely really refreshing in a way. If you guys do have currency, do give it a try. I think you guys would not be disappointed with it. Overall, it's pretty fun. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have to say, and then I'll be catching you guys on the next one.